Welcome to Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, June 22nd, 2016. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Year after year, the NPC Team Universe cranks out ready-made new pros, and I don't expect this year's contest to be any different. And with a few weeks to go before taking the stage for the biggest contest of his life, Men's Masters hopeful Jared Kemp is making an awfully strong bid to become one of the evening's biggest surprises. Last year, Kemp came out of nowhere to finish in the top 6 at the North American Championships and is heading into the Team U with a whole lot of confidence following his overall win in Classic Physique at the NPC Philadelphia Classic a few weeks ago. Kemp's big sweeping quads, small waist, and knack for showing up in crazy conditioning are going to make him a real problem to deal with if he can show up at 100%. So it shouldn't come as a major surprise if he ends the evening as one of the last men standing. Coming off a resurgent season that saw him bring home 3 top 5 finishes and make his return trip to the Olympia stage, Tricky Jackson really seems to have caught a second wind. This week, Tricky released his latest set of progress photos just under 2 weeks out from hitting the stage for the first time this year at the Chicago Pro. At the moment, Jackson appears to be right on target to hit the ground running, which shouldn't come as much of a surprise considering his recent history in Chicago. Over the last 3 seasons, Tricky has finished top 3 or higher in the Windy City, including a huge win in a deep show during his 2013 campaign. Once again, this year's lineup looks like it's going to be stacked from top to bottom, but expect to see Tricky continue his Chi-Town success if everything goes according to plan. Tricky Jackson's going to have plenty of company up on the Chicago Pro stage, including what looks to be a much improved Walter Martin, who'll be looking to make his season debut. After last year banging around the national scene, Martin finally broke through and earned his pro card at the NPC Team Universe by taking care of business in the Masters middleweight division. He then hopped right back on stage before letting the ink dry on his pro card down at the Phoenix Europa Pro. Martin seems to have done a lion's share of work during the off-season and added plenty of quality new muscle to his frame. But even with all that new size, Martin better not let his foot up off the gas as he enters the final stretch, because at this level, the difference between third place and third call-out is all in the details, and it's going to take everything he's got to leave Chi-Town with a top 10 finish in his pocket. If you don't already know the name Ahmad Ashkenazi, don't worry, you will soon enough. Ashkanani is another product of bodybuilding's newest freak factory, the now world-famous Oxygen Gym. Earlier this season, the Kuwaiti native won his pro card by sweeping up both the light heavyweight and overall titles at the Arnold Amateur in Australia. And this week, he announced that he's planning to make his pro debut 7 weeks from now at the upcoming Tampa Pro. I'm not sure what's in the water out there in Oxygen Gym, but Ashkanani is just the latest in a line of high-level pros that the Middle East Mecca has churned out over the last few years. And if the success of fellow rookie and Oxygen teammate Nathan D. Asher is any indication about what Ashkanani might be capable of, the athletes heading down to Tampa might be in a whole heap of trouble. Sometimes, if you want to build that new school muscle, you gotta buckle down and embrace some of that old school training. And if there's any new school athlete more likely to leave his ego at the door and get old school nasty, it's gotta be Roman Fritz. During a recent training session, Fritz was spotted taking a page right out of the old Reg Park handbook when he decided to finish off a set of chest with a set of push-ups that would bring a tear to the eyes of the athletes from the golden era. Right now, Fritz is in all-out pit bull mode in preparation for his upcoming season debut, where he'll look to unleash the all-new and improved 250-pound-plus version of Roman 2.0. And once the pit bull gets let off the leash, I feel sorry for anyone who's unlucky enough to be on the wrong end of that bite. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. Check out IronMagLabs.com today. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.